Hi Virgo, welcome to December. This is Teresa from tarotbyt.com. And before I do your reading, I want to call in some good energy. And I want to say thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel. Thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for taking the time to comment. I appreciate all your comments. And for those who've ordered readings, thank you. I appreciate your support and your business. And what else? Let's see what's coming up for this month. We have a new moon in Sagittarius on December 7th, and we have a full moon in Cancer on the 22nd. And your ruling planet Mercury is going direct on December 6th. So this is a good thing. We're getting out of the retrograde period. It's been a very hurry up and wait kind of year, 2018, with all the retrograde energy. So that's all ending. Now we can start to move forward as well. So the beginning of the year should be a good time for beginnings, for, to get your foot, to hit the ground running. Especially since we start the new year off with an eclipse, but I'll talk about that next month. But in this month we have the new moon in Sag, and Jupiter is home in Sagittarius. It's coming. We have a lot of planets that are in their home signs right now. Capricorn, Saturn is in Capricorn, Neptune's in Pisces, Jupiter's in Sag. So planets are comfortable, are in their comfort zones right now. So this is always good. So let's see what Virgo needs to know for love and relationship. What does Virgo need to know about love and relationship for the month of December? What's coming up for Virgo in terms of love, relationships, love and life? Anything important? What is coming up? And Mars is in Pisces right now, but it's going to be moving into Aries, so we'll have Mars in its home sign. So when all the planets are at home, they work well. They work better for us. Their energies they're more comfortable in their energy. So it's a more positive expression of the energy. So what does Virgo need to know? Okay, I think I've shuffled enough. What does Virgo need to know about love and relationship? The King of Cups, the Nine of Swords, the Three of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, the Two of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Judgment. Okay, so let's see what's going on. So the King of Cups represents, this could be someone that you're dealing with, or it could be qualities within you, because it's the first card. The King of Cups is someone, it could be a water sign, if it's another person. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But this person has a lot of compassion. A deep feeling person. Someone who's very sensitive. Someone who's very, has a healing influence in your life. If it's you, you could be feeling, you can be a healer. You could be thinking, you could be counseling people around you, or offering healing services in some way, or concerned with self-healing or healing others. Listening, because the King of Cups is like a counselor, or it could be a medical professional, but it also could be a counselor, someone who just listens with a calm and kind heart. And you could tell this person anything, and they just seem so calm, no matter what chaos is going on around them. They have an inner sense of calm. And they always have the right thing to say, and their feathers don't get ruffled. So this could be a person that you're dealing with, or it could be qualities within you. Now you have the Nine of Swords crossing this. So someone is having a lot of mental stress. Maybe you're worried about someone's health, or you're worried about someone who's close to you. And you're sitting up at night thinking, you know, your mind's just not stopping. So you could be concerned about something. Something's keeping you up at night. Maybe a relationship. But a lot of times with the Nine of Swords, a lot of what we worry about is really all in our mind. It's like we make things worse. We kind of... so you might be taking something that is a small worry and blowing it up into a big worry. That's not to say that whatever you're thinking about, I'm not to make it less or to brush it off, because you may have something that you're really concerned about. But you have to learn, it could be that you're trying to make a decision. I'm trying to figure out, what are you worried about? And here it is. Here's the Two of Swords. You're sitting on the fence, trying to decide. And you also have this Seven of Pentacles here. So it's possible, and that's another card of waiting and wondering what's going to happen in the future. So you might be at a crossroads in December. Maybe there's a potential partnership, because you have the Three of Wands here. So you've already started something in the past, and you're waiting, and actually you've started to see some successful results. This is a card of success. You've put energy towards something, and you're starting to see the results. So it could be a partnership that you've started, a relationship, or even a business partnership, and you're working well with, you're working as part of a team, or you're working as part of a group. And you're starting to see the ships are coming in. You're getting results. And the Page of Wands is even like good news. So I'm feeling like there's some career energy in this reading. It's not just love. So the career energy is like your career is doing really well. You could actually be expecting some type of career recognition and success. You have the Three of Pentacles in your environment. The Eight of Wands can also mean doors opening up, opportunities coming. So you can achieve something. You're going to have several options. So if you're wondering about the longevity of whatever you're involved in, you could be, if it's a business situation, don't worry. You are, you're going to be hearing good news. Things are going to start to happen, and you're going to get recognition. Now, in a relationship, you might be on the fence about an offer or a relationship. If it's a romantic relationship, you might be afraid to take action or afraid to move forward because you have a lot of worries. It's like you're letting your mind is thinking, what if this happens? What could go wrong? What if I get involved with this person? What if that happens? What if this happens? What if that happens? So it's making you not take action. You're sitting here trying to make a decision, but afraid to take action because of maybe what happened in the past. You have a fear of failure. Maybe there was a relationship in the past that didn't work out, and now you're afraid it might happen again. So you're kind of on the fence, waiting for the other person to make the move. You don't want to put yourself out on a limb. You're waiting for someone else to contact you. Because this is a card of a stalemate, this Two of Swords, where you're waiting for the other person to contact you, they're waiting for you to contact them, and nothing is happening. And both people are waiting for the other person. So someone has to break the ice. And here, you've planted some seeds and you're wondering, where is this going to go? So it could be a relationship that you've recently entered into, and you're wondering, is this going to go anywhere? Because you want something solid and stable. The Hierophant, that's the card of tradition. Like you don't want to just have a fly-by-night relationship. You want something that's going to last. You want something that could lead to a commitment. You might be dealing with someone who's a little bit stubborn. The Hierophant can represent, the Taurus, the sign of Taurus. But it represents someone that's solid and stable. maybe a little old-fashioned conservative, maybe a little bit rigid. They're not open to new ideas. You know, you have to kind of give them time. Like if you present something in the relationship and they're not, you know, they have to think about it. They're not the kind of person like, yeah, let's do it. They're the kind of person that, well, let me think about that. And they have to get used to the idea. So they may not be as quick to react. But you have the Eight of Wands here. So this is like speedy messages, arrows of love, journey by air. So if you've connected with someone, so for those who are in a relationship or just met someone, the feelings could have popped up suddenly. Or the love, you know, you're feeling excitement and, you know, you want to do things with this person. But at the same time, you're worried about it. So I feel like you're meeting someone who's a decent person, and it could be a stability, it could be a stable influence in your life, but your worries are interfering with it. You're letting the worry and your inaction stand in the way of your success. Because I think that there's going to be some good news and some good opportunities coming up in the future. And especially with this Judgment card, you may have to forgive someone. Maybe it's this King of Cups. Maybe there's someone in your life you have to forgive. Maybe you have to forgive yourself. Maybe you're thinking of the past. You're feeling guilty about something. Because the Nine of Swords can sometimes represent guilt. So maybe you're having a new beginning in a relationship and you're feeling guilty about something you've done in the past. But you have changed with the Judgment card. The Judgment card is a rebirth card. It's a card of waking up and making changes and feeling stronger and, you know, being reborn, knowing what you need to do. It's like you're not waiting. This is a card of realizing that maybe I've been stuck and I need to be the one to make changes in my life. So you can get out of this stalemate, but you're going to have to take action. And you might be waking up to that in December, realizing that you need to take action. And your needs are changing. So you may not want the same things you've wanted in the past with the Judgment card. Sometimes the Judgment comes up when you change jobs, change your residence, change relationships, because you are a new person. And so you can't be with the old scene. You have to create a new scene, new conditions. And you have that. You're having opportunities are coming up. You're feeling stronger. And this could be career-wise also. You're feeling more empowered in your profession. You're getting recognized. And even in a relationship, you're feeling stronger. So, put your worries aside. Don't let worry stand in the way of your happiness. Don't let, you know, what ifs stop you from taking action and embracing these new opportunities that are coming your way, both in love and in career. Because I'm hearing, like, this is good news. Good news is coming. Opportunities are coming, but you may have to take action. You may not have a lot of time to decide with the Eight of Wands. I mean, eights are cards of power, but the wands are like things are happening quickly. So maybe part of you is afraid, like, oh, things are happening too fast. I don't know if I'm ready for this. I don't know if I'm comfortable with this. But it's going to lead to success and to stability. So don't be afraid to change. Don't be afraid to make changes. And if someone comes into your life who represents a breath of fresh air, you know, maybe you're resisting the change. Maybe you're the one that's wanting to hold on to what you know. And, you know, you're being a little rigid or stubborn. So if that's you, you need to be more flexible. If it's someone that you're dealing with, you need to give them time to adjust to the new scene. So let's see what's going on with the astrology. So you, Virgo, you have a new moon in the 4th house. So exactly, the 4th house, that's your house of home, your home base. So either maybe you've moved and you're setting up house in a new environment, or you're making changes within your home to make it more compatible with who you are. now this is squared by Mars and Neptune are in your 7th house. So there could be some tension in a relationship. Maybe you're arguing over the home, where to live, how to fix up the house, or, you know. Because Mars in the 7th can bring passion. It can bring, you know, if you're not dating someone, you may put a lot of energy into meeting someone. But it could also bring arguments if you are with someone, because you're both wanting different things. And you might be having to negotiate. Now, Neptune in the 7th, you have to be careful, because Virgo is about service. You don't want to be a martyr. So don't, you know, the Neptune influence could bring a soulmate. It could bring a sexual connection that feels very much fated, very much like a soulmate spiritual connection. As a matter of fact, Mars and Neptune, it may not even be a sexual connection. It might just be like where you feel that sex would destroy the purity of the relationship. So it could be more of a real connection on a soul level that doesn't have anything to do with physicality. But you have to be careful that you're not over idealizing someone, and don't be a martyr for someone. Don't try to save someone or fix someone. So sometimes with this King of Cups with the Nine of Swords, maybe you're dealing with someone that has a drinking problem or a drug problem. If that's the case, be careful. You don't want to become involved in a codependent type thing. But Uranus is in your 8th house, so that could bring a sudden, an intimate relationship. It could just out of the blue. With Uranus, you never know. You just don't know how it's going to go. And let's see, where do you have Cancer? So you have Uranus is in Aries in your 7th house. So the 9th house, you have the North Node in the 9th house. You could be traveling and connecting with someone from a distance or a different culture. Maybe you're connecting with someone from a different culture. And that's why there's conflict or tension, because on the one hand it's exciting, you know, meeting this person, but you have different views of the world. Now the full moon is happening across your 11th and 5th house. So something is coming to culmination. Some project that you've been working on, a relationship even, because the 5th house, the sun's in the 5th, the moon's in the 11th. It could be a creative project. It could be a goal that you've wanted to achieve for a long time and it's finally coming together. It could have something to do with children. But it could also be, like you have this Neptune. Venus is in the 3rd and it's trining Neptune in the 7th. And you have Uranus in the 8th. You also have Jupiter in the 4th house, conjunct Mercury at this full moon. So you could be, this is a great time. If you're looking for a house or to fix up your house or to buy a new house, this is a lucky time to set up a home somewhere or to buy a home somewhere. And with Jupiter and Mercury coming together, it's a good time for signing contracts. You just have to be careful that you don't take on more than you can handle. Don't take on, make sure you can make the house payment. Because Uranus in the 8th, anything can happen with Uranus in the 8th house. That's the house of other people's money. But you could definitely be having some type of renaissance in a relationship. You could be connecting with someone on a very spiritual level. Someone that can be, maybe open you up to different ways of thinking about spirituality. And this relationship could lead to something, because this is a card of sharing your wisdom. Either you're sharing your wisdom with your new partner, or you're learning from the relationship. You're learning about spirituality. You're either teaching or learning in this relationship. And even in some type of career situation, you're establishing yourself in your career, into something. You might be working with building something that's going to be solid and stable. You might be working with a company or a business or an organization that's been around a long time and has some very stable but very rigid. So I feel like career-wise, everything is excellent, and you could be also achieving a dream not only in career and creativity and home, but also in love, in partnership. You're able to form beneficial partnerships in December. Wait till Mercury gets out of its shadow. Mercury goes direct on the 6th. I think if you wait till the end of the December, you should be fine. That's a great time to sign on the dotted line. But with Neptune, you just want to make sure. I mean, Neptune, in the best case scenario, if you're working on something that's creative, has to do with art, music, creativity, that's the best way to express the Neptune energy. Any other situation, you just want to make sure that you're seeing things realistically, that you're not giving someone, seeing them with rose-colored glasses. That's the only thing. But other than that, with Venus trine Neptune, that's very romantic. I mean, the full moon in Cancer is going to be an opportunity for a new beginning, but it's got a lot of healing energy around it. So you could just feel like I'm coming home, and I'm feeling at home, and I'm feeling whole and healed. So it could be a very healing time, at the full moon, when things finally, if you've been working on a goal, it's finally coming together. And you may feel like I'm starting to make progress. So don't let your worries interfere with anything. Just embrace these opportunities coming your way. And make a decision. Don't drop your guard. Show that this is a card of not being vulnerable. You're afraid to show your vulnerability. It's okay to open up and show your vulnerability. Meet the other person. Be honest and say, look, this is how I really feel. Lay your cards out on the table. Don't be afraid to share your love, because it will lead to a brand new sense of wholeness and healing for you. So that's my forecast, Virgo, for December. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. If you want to get a private reading, click on the link in the description box, and that'll take you to my website. We can set that up. In the meantime, have a wonderful December. Happy holidays. If you're celebrating, whatever you're celebrating, Christmas, Hanukkah, Solstice, Kwanzaa, enjoy December. Have much love and luck and success. And I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.